Good morning everyone, my name is Hallimar and our dear Boki Boskovic may be alive. Find out about that and more in the rest of this video. Welcome one and all to another video, and today I'll be going over the most recent trailers released on live television. This will definitely be a shorter video, or at least I hope so, but if you're new here, consider subscribing and joining my official Discord. That's how a lot of my information reaches my ears, especially thanks to the user Bito, who made it possible for me to know about Boki's potential return. There isn't much to speak of in the first trailer that I have for you, but there is one quote that I find very interesting. Some 8 seconds into the trailer, we hear a female character say, 8 of you against the great Mr. Wilford, as a question. Now originally I thought this female character would be speaking to the crew of Snowpiercer, as when you include Sykes and Miss Audrey, you get a number close to 8, but it's not 8. This could be taken as a sign of Melanie's returns, as we see her later in the trailer, but many people have been speculating that this is nothing more than a hallucination on Alex's part, especially when Jennifer Connelly has only been on the set for a few days, as it is rumored. All in all, I'd say that this new character is just another citizen of Snowpiercer or Big Alice, and that she is referring to any number of friendly faces on those 2 remaining trains. Speaking of friendly faces, we do see in the newest trailer that Roche gets out of the drawers. I assume this may be early on, as with the several month-long jump in time, we get plenty of time to make big changes to the plot without it seeming too drastic. However, I might suggest that Roche will not be out in episode 1 of season 3. I say this because Wilford and Miles still need to find a way to power Snowpiercer up after having it severed from the engine eternal, and this would be a perfect starter episode to not only start the season off rolling fast, but also to reintroduce Miles into the show, who's been mostly absent for season 2. This would just make sense for Roche to not come out in the first episode, so that way they don't cram too much into a single episode. However, that is something they did do in season 2, so that it is a possibility that Roche comes out in episode 1, if getting Snowpiercer fixed is in fact the plot of episode 1. Now onto the topic of Boki. Rumors and leaks state that Boki's actor has been on set for season 3. His role in the show is currently unknown, but I think it's safe to say that we may see his body at the beginning of season 3. And in episode 1, we may actually see him back in action to help Wilford and Miles fix the uplink between Snowpiercer and Big Alice, as Boki is the only breachman left as of the end of season 2. After that, I think it might be safe to assume that Boki gets drawered for helping Leighton cut off the engine eternal, as Wilford's going to be pretty angry about that. But with Audrey at axe point by Leighton, I think Wilford might be a bit too hesitant to be ruling with a heavy hand. Of course, this could all be wiped clean by Boki only appearing in flashbacks, much like Melanie might turn out to be. But if there's a chance that our favorite breachman is still alive, that's definitely cause to be excited. The second trailer as well doesn't provide that much in the way of details, but there is one very important one. People are getting arms frozen off, and it is incredibly cold on Snowpiercer, indicative by Mr. Wilford wearing such thick fur coats. Why? This might be frankly obvious. Big Alice doesn't have enough power output to keep all of Snowpiercer warm, not to mention that Snowpiercer will eventually freeze to death. This is because in season 1, it was established that J-leak doors do not provide enough insulation to stave off the cold, and so with the added problem of only having Big Alice to power all the cars, but we also have severe insulation problems that are slowly freezing Snowpiercer. I might take this a step further to build off of my theory from this video in the top right corner and say that this may be made worse by Big Alice having used her booster to get away from Icebreaker, which may allow for Icebreaker to eventually find Snowpiercer and introduce more characters onto that lone train, or even for Andre and his crew to finally be captured by an even greater enemy than Mr. Wilford himself. Of course, I could be wrong, as this may be too many events in such a small season, since Andre does in fact reach Zara again on Snowpiercer at some point in season 3, as confirmed by this image. Well, that's all I have for you. This is Mr. Rathlorn, wishing you a pleasant day, or night, wherever or whenever you might be.